friends. It is good to be with you again. And today we are starting our 3-day watercolor, Divine Durga watercolor workshop. So it will be our journey of 6 hours, 2 hours each day. And today is the first day. I gave you a cute schedule for the first day. One of my very dear students made it for me, and I posted it. I hope you liked it, and we'll try to cover a lot today, but don't take it it is not to be a strenuous activity. It should be fun filled and enjoyable. So formally I am saying welcome to you again, and let me introduce myself to you. I am Dr. Madhumita Banerjee, a medical professional, a professor in a dental college, and a passionate watercolorist, master watercolorist. So today I am here to share my skills with you and enable you to hand create a beautiful Divine Durga with me, and that will be a gift to ourselves, our families, and maybe to our near and dear ones. This we are investing so much of time. Thank you for joining me. Actually, you all are investing so much of your time, money, and energy on this. So I hope it will be a very good, happy, and transformative experience for all of you. Our aim, a very formal aims and objectives. Our aim is to create a beautiful Divine Durga in 3 days. We have a set target, and we have to accomplish it in 3 days. I'll try to put in as much of knowledge I can in simple and fun manner. I'm doing this because I realized till a certain stage you can grow in your art career or in your art field, but beyond that only instinct or intuition doesn't suffice. So a little bit of knowledge, that is the fundamentals. What is art? What constitutes art? That we have to know, and it is very easy. It is not difficult. Everything that you are seeing around you, that is art. You are sitting here, you are doing it, you are artist. Anybody who is appreciating the art, that person is an artist. So it is such a big definition, and art without anybody appreciating it is no art. It has to appeal to our senses, it has to be pleasant, it has to bring a smile on your face. So that is art. Little bit of elements. There are basically 7 core elements of art. Very simple, not at all difficult, and the things that you are seeing around you. Line, very easy. What is line? This is a point traveling in space, and one point travels from here, it goes till this point. This constitutes a line. So line is the first element of art. Okay. Once there is a line, then next comes the shape. So a line, when it moves, then it forms a shape. If there is a shape, now I make a shape. It may be square, it may be circular, it may be a triangle, or it may be an organic shape, zigzag, like the amoeba. Then if we want to show, this is two-dimensional. On the surface it is two-dimensional. But when we want to give it some depth, or we want to create a third dimension to it, then it becomes a form. So it gains a volume. So now there is line, there is shape, then there is volume, then there is form. Form is 3D, 3D shape. Then we have the most enchanting and uh, attractive component of art, that is color. We are all enchanted with colors, and we have uh, our favorite colors. And these favorite colors tell a lot of things about us, you know. Somebody who likes blue, that person is basically a very stable person. That person is very calm person. And many of us like red quite a lot. Red means passionate, energetic, angry, aggressive, all these things. Yellow, some are always obsessed with yellow. Yellow, friendly. Green, organic, growth, fertility. Purple, royal. Actually, purple color is royal because in the ancient days it was very difficult and very costly to make the purple color. So, purple is the color of royalty. When you say a color, you automatically think about a person. We can associate a color with a person also. So now again, line, shape, form, color. Then what we are left with is texture. We sometimes we say our skin is smooth textured. When we'll age, then we'll have wrinkles, age lines. We don't call it wrinkles, we call it age lines. So that wrinkles are there, that is the texture. It may be smooth textured, it may be rough textured. But we can create the same effect. Even without making that texture rough, you can create the effect of rough texture or smooth, shiny. By the way of color and shadows, you can create that effect. Then we have value. What is value? Value is actually more important than color. Value is lightness or darkness of a color. Value is very important thing. And then we have space. If the room was all crowded, you wouldn't be able to see me. You won't be able to appreciate me. So if we make anything or if we place something, we need to have some space around it. So what is space? Space is, it can be positive space or it can be negative space. Negative space is what is around that body or structure. And positive space is what is occupied by that body or structure. So, wasn't it easy? So, we have line, shape, form, color, value, texture, and last, space. So that's, I hope it's not too heavy for you. So that was all about the elements. Now I won't bore you more. I'll introduce a few watercolor techniques, and then when you get little easy, then I'll again add, I'll teach you principles. I'll discuss with you principles of art. So today you have learned one thing, that is elements of art. All of you know now 7 core elements of art. All my friends know the elements of art. So now you all must be very excited about the about hand creating your Divine Durga. I hope you have all done your sketching, the tracing and sketching. You can chat in the window and say yes or wave. If you have done it, wave. If you have not done it, then double wave. Then I'll tell you how to do it. Single wave is done, double wave is not done. Now I'll watch your waves. Okay? Everybody has done. Wow. Very good. You know, we have a small girl, she's just 11 years old. 12 years old, and we have her nani, grandmother, and they are together watching it. It's so lovely. It is coming together of so many generations, and we are the in-between generation. Natasha, no problem. Navya, no problem, beta. I'll show you just now. It is a very easy. I've done it for you, Nana, also. I'll show it. I'll show how to do it. Okay? I'll do it. Just give me a moment, beta. The sheet, transparent sheet.
Navya has not done it?
No. Where is that? Ah, yes. Friends, this is the tracing paper, friends. Everybody can see the tracing paper. This is the tracing paper, okay? And what has been done is, this is the basic theme, Divine Durga blessing. What we have done is, we have placed, you all got the line drawing print from the photostat shop, and what you are to do is, you place it on paper, okay? You place it somewhere on a surface, and then you just like this, you strap the or tape the tracing paper over it, and then with a pencil, with this pencil, you can draw over it, okay? This has been drawn. Navya, this has been done. See, your nani has done it, you know. Your nani is getting very artistic. This has been done. This is how the tracing has been done.
She has a photocopy? Photostat has?
Natasha, is it okay? Oh, Dolly, don't worry. It is very easy, Dolly. This is the tracing paper. Get a tracing paper and the drawing. You all have the drawing. You all have the drawing. Dolly, Natasha, you all have the drawing with you. Paper drawing, line drawing, everybody has it. You just need to place, just see, I'll demonstrate it. You just need to place it over it, and you'll get it. You'll get the face, the eyes, beautiful eyes, the lips, then 3 lotus. You will all get it. You won't have any problem. Don't worry, even if you have not done it, just enjoy with me. I'll be giving you the recording, and you can do it again. You can do later on also. You just enjoy and just go through the whole thing. Okay? No problems at all. So once you get the drawing, this is the drawing that has been on the tracing paper, okay? Once the drawing is on the tracing paper, what you do is, you reverse it like this, you know? You reverse it like this, and then with your 6, see? This is 8B, Bustro pencil I've taken, 8B. You can all see. This is Bustro pencil 8B, graphite pencil. And you do like this. With the flat of the side, you do like this. And you'll get the whole impression, you know. Especially over the contours. You do it patiently. It will hardly take 5 or 10 minutes. You won't have any problem at all, I assure you. And then you place it on the paper, on the sheet that you are going to use for the painting. Anju, doesn't matter. Durga should be there, whether on the right or on the left. She's always with you. You are already very blessed. No problems. So, Natasha, Dolly, this is what you do. You place it and then you draw over it. Draw over it. Just like this. You draw over it and the whole impression will come here. You will get the impression. Okay, Dolly? Is that okay? Anju, is that okay? Natasha? Navya? Navya beta? Okay? Okay. Okay, Navya, don't worry. I'll go. My pace is very relaxed. Don't worry. We will get our Divine Durga in 3 days. We'll manage it. Okay? Manish, are you doing it? Have you done it? Nupur? Okay. Should I proceed further? Should I move further? Don't worry. Even if the things are not clear to you, I'll demonstrate it again. There will be no problem. There will be no problem. Don't worry. I'll demonstrate it again. If you need, just tell me. I can see your chats and I will definitely. There is no hurry. Just relax. These 2 hours we are together. We are all together. No problems. If anybody has any challenge, no issues. The speed is with us. It is for us, for all of us. Okay. Now, should I tell you something about the techniques? Simple techniques. Should I? I think I'll start. I'll just tell you a little bit. I'll tell you a little bit about, about the pencil. Now you know about the tracing paper. You know about our art sheet. Okay, 300 GSM we are to take, or whatever it is, whatever you can manage, we will do with that. Okay, and you all have got new colors also. Most of my friends have got new colors. So it will be fun opening the new colors like we used to do in our school days, So we have brushes. All of you have brushes also. And should I tell you a little bit about the techniques? There are very important watercolor techniques. And most of the people are very, they think watercolor is a very tough medium. Very unpredictable. Actually, it is not unpredictable. It is a very, very beautiful and meditative medium, In oil paints, you keep on doing again and again. You can do it 10 times, 12 times. And the what is happening underneath doesn't show. But this watercolor is just like human beings, If there is pain beneath, that shows. If there is happiness beneath us, that also shows. So, what I'll share with you is, we'll be doing layers of watercolors, Just a single dark layer if I apply, then it won't create depth. And just like human beings, we have so many layers: happiness, sadness. So many things happen to us. They make us still stronger, better. So many things happen to us. Same way, the watercolors, they happen to the paper, The lower color, that also comes out. What you have done before, that will also show. You cannot hide it. So, like our inner feelings, they show. In the same way, the watercolor, what we have done, that comes out, And the mood you are, don't be anxious. None of you should be having any anxiety, any stress. It is fun, and I assure you, we will all create Divine Durga. You already are Durgas, and we will all create divine Durgas. No problems. Don't worry, don't have any anxiety. Now, should I tell you a little bit about the color wheel? Should I? Will that be okay? Only a little bit. I'll share with you. What is most important for all of us to know is, as you know, there are 3 primary colors. We all know there are 3 primary colors. Okay? There are 3 primary. This is part of my postgraduate diploma sheet. This is what I made, the color swatches. If you see it carefully, you will see these 3 are a bit longer, you know. So the 3 primary colors, primary means they cannot be created. They are the original colors. They are 3: yellow, blue and red. These are 3 primary colors. And rest of all the colors, you know, we can make them. We may not be able to make them so in such a proper form, but we can make all other colors. So many of you, when I told you, don't worry, just have 3 colors. We can achieve this divine Durga with just 3 colors, you know. Tomorrow I'll show you my portrait. I've created a very nice, beautiful portrait, and that is made with just 3 colors, you know. And how you can proceed from one color to another color, then to another color. Here also, if you see nicely, this is, you can see, this is yellow color, and next color is, primary color is red. So you move from yellow towards red. Here we go, here we go. See, this is red. This is red. This is red. Okay. Now I'll just focus on this thing. This yellow. This is yellow. From yellow you can see this is going towards red. Okay. Yellow to red. And between yellow and red, in the center we get orange. So if you pick this color, now you want any orange, then what you do is you pick up yellow color and add little bit of red. If you want little bit of orange, light, this is called yellowish orange. This is orange, this is orange. Now this moves more towards red. This from orange, this goes towards yellow, this goes towards red. So beautiful. From yellow, the transition to red. Such a beautiful transition, no? In between is orange. Now we say, how do we create a green? I have to buy a green. No, you don't need to buy a green, you know. Just focus. This is yellow, a primary color, and this is blue, another primary color. Now from yellow, you move towards blue. On the way, you get your green. So this is green. Now from green, you see, this is more yellowish. So this is yellow, yellowish green. Then this way, it is greenish blue. Ultimately, this is blue. Then, such beautiful colors. See, this is blue, this is red. And this is achievable, you know. From red, you move towards blue. And you get purple here. The royal color purple. And these are such beautiful blues, see. And such beautiful magenta, pink, all these colors. So God has given us such beautiful colors, and He gave us 3 colors, and we have synthesized other colors from these. So now none of us will ever forget yellow, blue and red. Wonderful, no? This is beautiful, no? Now another thing I'll show. We never knew that the colors may be blue, the colors may be cool and the colors may be warm. When you see something red, something orange or something yellow, you feel warmth, you feel hot, you feel warm, you feel cozy because these are warm colors. From yellow till this color, this is all warm colors. And what are cool colors? The greens, the blues and the bluish purples. All these are which colors? Cool colors. Lovely, no? So, and you know, art, whatever art we create, the art has to have the balance of cool and warm colors. Our art should have a balance of cool and warm colors. Then there is another term. We say, I don't like this shade. Many a times when we are painting our houses, we say, this shade I don't like, or this shade is so nice, the tint is so good. What is it basically? Whenever you add black to a color, it is shade. It is shade. And whenever you add white to a color, it is the tint. Okay? And whenever you add gray, you get the tone. Okay? Tomorrow I'll show you more bar diagrams and with each color, you know. So shade is when you add black. Tint is when you add white. And gray, when you add gray, we get the tone. Is it okay? My chart is ulta?
Yes. मैम वो मिरर व्यू में है।
अच्छा ये सॉरी मिरर व्यू
आप ऐसे कर लो ना।
अब ऐसे करो।
नहीं मिरर व्यू में आएगा वो उल्टा ही आएगा।
I'll send these to you.
वीडियो बन रही है।
Okay, I'll be sending them to you. Okay. Now something else. There are certain do's and don'ts in watercolor or in any art, especially in watercolor. One thing is you don't use even number. Like the you saw the lotus. They are 3 in number. And the lotus, I have decided the lotus, chosen the lotus, and earlier there were 2. Then I decided they should be 3. So they follow the rules of watercolor. There are 3 lotus, odd number. 1 lotus is fully blown. The second is a bit, it's just opening, young. And the third one, that is at the top, that is the just budding, very, very new, just new. So that is how our life evolves, you know, from that lotus, from the bud to the just opening, and then I think I am a fully blown lotus now. So this is our evolution, age-wise, maturity-wise, and our what we have learned from the world. So that is how our knowledge also expands, our confidence also expands, and our personality also evolves. So now something about the a little bit about the techniques of watercolor, what we are going to do, how we will do. So once we have the drawing, now you see in the drawing also, in the drawing what we are doing is we have got where did I keep it? Another one. Yes. If you look carefully, aren't these the lines? These are the elements, no? These are lines. So we have, if we have 4 to 6 elements of art in our artwork, then it is a very good and admirable artwork. And many a times you find, you go somewhere, you go to the art galleries and you stand for hours together and you keep watching, you feel so happy, so exhilarated. Why? Because they have plenty of elements. Now that I'm telling you, now that I have learned, I know how to appreciate the art better. We can appreciate the art better if we know about the elements. So without line, now you realize without line, there cannot be any art, visual art, I mean. Line has to be there, no? Then there is a shape, eye has a shape, these petals have shapes, no? These are line, shape. Then there is shading also, you can see, okay? That is creating a depth, third dimension. So we have line, shape, form. Then there is so much of positive space. Divine Durga has so much of positive space here, and the rest is the negative space. Okay? So we have space also. Now what is left? Color. Color you are going to fill. I filled a little bit. Color I filled. So now we have colors also. Then we'll create texture also. Durga will have, the skin will have a different texture. The lotus will have a different texture. The leaves will have a different texture. And then this bell, antique bell is there, that will have a different texture. And there will be red threads hanging on, that will have a different texture. So now we are having all the elements. Now you just see, we have all the elements in this. So it will be a good art form, and it will look well and you will enjoy it. Today I won't be burdening you with principles. Tomorrow I'll be telling a little bit about the principles and the composition. Why we are making it? What made me think about this? Why I made it? Listen, we see so many things around us. Some ideas, they enter our brain, and then we dream about it, we think about it, we doodle, and then we create something beautiful. We all create it. I know some of my friends do such beautiful baking and cooking. Some are such good eye surgeons, some are such good teachers, some are such good administrators. This little child is so creative. She does such beautiful craft work. So we all have inherent talents in us. We all have it. And just there is a need of this type of sisterhood where we can sit together, we can talk, and there is so much inside us which we can share. Isn't it? So now should I... the video is breaking too much. Sorry, very sorry. This is the problem. This is the technological. I can paint very well. I can do everything very well, but technology. Sorry, that is not in my hands. What to do? I'll do my best, and whatever extra you need, I'll be giving it to you. I'll be sending you the video also.
Video, we'll send the video.
So you won't. I'll be sending the video. Don't worry, and you can ask me. We will on the either chat window or otherwise also we will talk. No problems. I want you all to be interactive. I am so happy you all are interacting. This is so beautiful to have you all. And now, should I tell you something about the watercolor techniques? Let me tell you a little bit about the watercolor techniques. Now you all have brushes. You all got the brushes. This is my 4 number round brush. Is that okay? This is 4 number round brush. And let me focus. Let me get it. Yes. I hope you all can see. It is more clear here. No? I'll demonstrate how I'll do wet on dry, wet on wet, dry brushing. Then I'll try to create textures, printing, splattering, all those things. Okay? Now, I hope you all can see. I shall start from here. You can see it better here. No, I shall. Now, this is my palette. Sorry, not very clean. Actually, if it is too clean, then I won't be able to. This is a clean new one, but it has never been used. I started it today only. This is my used. This is what I do normally. So let me select a color. Which color? Let me. Rose madder. Now now my I have to, as promised to you, I hope all of you have 2 jars. I have these 2 jars. These 2 jars. So the brush, this is the brush. I have dipped in water gently. It is like, you know, the watercolor is like females, you know. You have to handle them gently. So there's nothing male about it. So you have to be very dainty, and it is a very gentle art, you know. So I've cleaned it. I have sprinkled water over my paint, and it is wet. Okay. Now I dip my brush into it. The most important thing about the brush is its tip. Is its tip. Okay? Is its tip. The tip should be pointed. The edges should not be frayed. Okay? That is most important. That is the quality of a good brush. So this is my brush. I have wetted it. Now the brush is wet. This paper is dry. This paper is dry. Okay? This paper is dry. So what I'll do is, the first technique is wet on dry. Okay? This is wet on dry. This is called wet on dry. Now I wash it. Then I clean it gently with paper napkin or paper towel, whatever. So now you have seen this is wet on dry. Okay? Now I'll show how to do wet on wet. So now what I do is I wet this whole area. So wet this whole area. Now again I take the color, because it is going to be wet on wet. Now you see, if you look carefully, just see how the color is moving out, you know, it is dispersing. This is the beauty of watercolor. And people they are so afraid of this thing only. And this is lovely. People are afraid of wet on wet technique only. There's nothing to be afraid of. You see, you have to know how much the sheet should be wet and how much color you should be taking on your brush. That is most important. So this was wet and dry. When you are doing where you do wet and dry. This was wet and dry. You do wet and dry when you know that the margins are well defined. Okay, when you have a shape like this, you draw a circle. You are drawing a circle. Okay, you draw a circle, an outline, and then you fill it. This is plain wet on dry. Now instead of this, if I show you, I'm wetting, see, I'm wetting this whole area, and now I'm doing wet on wet. Just see how beautifully these are blooms. These are called watercolor blooms. So if you want to create such an effect, see, watercolor has its own mind, you know. You just have to know what is in its mind, how you can mold it. Now as it is drying, you'll see, as it is drying, it is not dispersing more. Now if you want it to disperse more, what you'll do, you'll use a wet brush and you do like this, around it. It's going to come out. Isn't it lovely? Are you able to see? Is it clear? Please say yes. Please wave or say yes. Anju, can you see? Dolly? Navya? Manish? Rajshri? Indu? Ajaya? It is clear? Don't worry, it takes time. I'll repeat it again. Tomorrow again I'll show it. No problems. Is that okay? Should I move further? Okay. Now the first one was wet on dry paper when we move a wet brush. Okay. This is why it is used, where we have a well-defined form and we have to fill it up. Okay. And this is the beauty and magic of watercolors. Actually, this is the beauty of watercolors. When you can achieve where you want this type of soft edges. When you want hard edge, you'll use wet on dry. When you want soft edges, you use this. And you can still modify the edges, you know. You can still modify. Around it. It'll disperse more. Okay. Now I'll show you dry brush. Actually, dry brush is used to create textures. It is generally used to create textures. Now what I do is, this brush, I dry it. I gently squeeze out all of, tomorrow I'll be telling you about the consistencies and the wetness level of the paper as well as wetness level of the brushes. Okay. Now this is almost dry. This is almost dry. Okay. Now what I'll do is, I'll dip it in only the edge, you know. It is thick paint. If there is thick paint. Now when I apply, this is what I get. This is dry brush. See? So first was wet on dry. Second is wet on wet. And the third is dry brush. Dry brush is used when we want some texture. Then there are other ways of creating texture. I'll show you. I'll show you a wonderful thing. This is natural sea sponge. This is a natural sea sponge, and we can create definite textures with it. I'll show it here. Show you how it can create a texture. Now this is the sea sponge. What I do is, I have this color. Let me. I'll apply color here. Now what I do is, here I'll be see a wonderful texture. So different, no? This kind of texture we can do, At some places we can create this kind of texture. Wonderful? Now I can show a very simple thing, I forgot to bring my toothbrush, but I'll do it with this brush. This is called splatter technique. Now, this is the brush. You just use your finger. This is splatter technique. The color is splattered all over. No? Beautiful. Another thing is, we'll be covering, so it will be covering of the whole textures, and today I shall do this, so all of you will be knowing about the textures. Then few things you will do at home also, and I'll be doing lotus with you. I'll show you one leaf, rest of the lotus you will make, and I'll show you how to mix the colors and how to paint them. Okay? So now I want we all have plastic at home. We all have plastic sheets. I shall cut a bit of plastic. This is plastic. What I do is, here this is the plastic. What I do is, I just rub a little bit of color over it. Okay? Then what I do is, keep it for some time and then remove it. Does not come out very well. We get a very beautiful texture. Very beautiful texture you can get. So this is a little bit, texture is limitless. There is a print technique also, that I'll show you tomorrow. Do you want a small break, 5 minutes break? Do you want? You can have tea or something, or should I continue? So, let me give you 5 minutes break, and if need be, we can all chat. We can all talk on the phone also. Should I give you a 5 minutes break? Is that okay? It's 5 minutes to 8. We shall get together at 8 o'clock again. Will that be okay? Please say yes. If you don't say yes, I won't go. Okay? Just 5 minutes. We can all go to washroom and get ready. Okay? 5 minutes. Thank you. We'll meet again at 8. And I'll prepare the lotus things for you. Okay? I'll sign off.